I'm Crayton. This is a straight no chaser advice office hours. So I have to give you the disclaimer, blah, blah, blah. It means you ain't paid me, so you take this advice at your own risk. All right? That's what that is. Until you pay me, I don't put that much into it. All right. Let's go to the... All right. So I wrote this book it came out this year, Profit Without Oppression, a blueprint for building an anti-racist organization. Because what I discovered, if you knew me from Cause a Scene, nothing is broken. Things are operating and functioning as they were designed to do, and so we keep wasting resources trying to fix things that are not broken. So instead of putting more new wine into old wineskins, I am building a whole new alternative ecosystem. That's what I'm doing. So all you people say you don't have time, you're bullshitting because you do. If I can do this as a one person, you can do a whole bunch more. So I wrote this book and but my thing is, we can't get to the experience we want. Everything I talk about is supremacy, coercion, discrimination, and exploitation free. That's the future I want to see. We can't get there because y'all don't know how to have honest conversations. Good God. If you go into your office in your organization right now, y'all lying to each other all day long. All day long. So this is why your initiatives don't work. This is why your DE&I doesn't work. This is why your inclusion doesn't work. This is why you don't have welcoming and psychological safety, because everybody's lying, and this thing did not work. So yes, somebody please tell me. So everything I do is based on the guiding principles. Everybody who's following me on social media should know the guiding principles by heart. The first one is tech is not neutral, nor is it apolitical. This is where white dudes get in trouble all the time. It's not that it's apolitical. Everything is about your politics, so you don't have to talk about it. Everything's around what you do, so you don't have to talk about it. Intention without strategy is chaos. There's so many people out. That was not my intention. I could give a shit about your intention. We talk about impact, but intention without a strategy is always chaos. People always have intentions to do something, particularly when it comes to welcoming and psychological safety, and they screw it up. Lack of inclusion is a risk management and increasingly a crisis management issue. It's not, you don't do inclusion just because it's nice to do. You do it because it's a risk management issue. It's a crisis management issue. It should be bedrock in your business. And also, everything I do, I prioritize the most vulnerable. Everything I do is prioritize the most vulnerable. So, am I supposed to be pointing at somewhere special? All right. Okay, let's go back. So the future is free is what this is what I want to see. I want to build supremacy-free, coercion-free, discrimination-free, and exploitation-free. And why did I come up with that? Is because we know what we don't want, but we didn't have a language for what we do want, right? So if you see things that are happening around the world, I always ask myself, is this supremacy-free? Is this coercion-free? Is this discrimination-free? Or is this exploitation-free? And it's usually not, because no one's talking about this. So the goal is to move incrementally to these spaces. So I started a column. Again, it's like an advice column. If anybody remember Dear Abby, it's just an advice column. People send me anonymous questions, and I answer them. And so I started in September, and today was the Where Are They came out today. That's what I'm going to refer to today. So this is one of my coaching clients. And basically, I need to be honest with you, most of my clients are white dudes. And let me tell you why. Because you've never had anybody to tell you no, as well as tell you what to do in place of that no. And so you're out here flailing, causing harm, doing all kinds of stuff. It's one of the reasons why I just launched a project called White Dude Rehab. It is a space, a community designed for welcoming and psychological safety, because you don't have places where you can safely unpack your privilege. When you go to your friends and family, they don't understand what the hell you're talking about. They might not even agree that you have privilege. So you need to be able to go to a safe community so you can talk to other people who trying to figure this shit out. Why y'all minimize harm? Because y'all just be out here just all over the place, causing just harm, just shit everywhere. And so that's what I created. And I created that because of the clients that I had that keep telling me that they need this space. So this is today's question. It came from this person. I work in government. I wrote a script of a public-facing video. Another team was supposed to create the video. They did not have any people of color, black, brown, dark, white, nothing in the video. I don't know what the hell dark white is. Sounds like some meat, some chicken. All right. I was nervous about bringing it up because when I've done so in the past, it seemed like I was just complaining, and that's what happens. When we bring shit up, y'all look at us like we're complaining. And this is why I need to tell you, if you have particularly black women in your organization and they're not saying anything, it's usually because you done pissed them off and they don't give a fuck anymore. They're sitting around waiting for your shit to burn down because you don't listen. You get in your feelings. It's always about how angry black. We got a different reason to be angry. It's y'all. So this time she role played it, the conversation, and then she said she went to the director and they rolled their eyes. How do I bring this up to my upline when this person is a peer of the person that she has some issues with? So I'm going to leave that there. And so I'm just going to give you some highlights because I don't know how much damn time I have, but I'm rolling. So I'm just going to give you 5 things because one of the problems is we think in binaries. It's either good, bad, white, black, off, on. I can tell you right now, marginalized people do not live in a binary. We live in a nuance. Each situation has to be evaluated based on who's in the room, what the conversation is. We don't get to live in it's this, that, another. And this is why your problems, your situations, your minor issues turn into something bigger. Because you think about this, again, cis, hetero, Christian, white culture, male culture is binary because everything is about you. So just in that little thing, I came up with 5 things that I wanted to address. And you can get the full, it's a $7 a month subscription to get the newsletter. So, and also once a month I do live Q&As virtually, and then I will be doing them in person. But the first thing I picked up from that is there's a lack of iterative, collaborative project management process. Because there is no way they should have got from a script to a finished product and no one caught that, no one saw that. And that happens all the time. We think, okay, we're in tech, we don't do waterfall, we do this. We still have shitty iterative processes, particularly if people's feelings get involved. And let me say this right quick. I'm not responsible for your fucking feelings. Manage your own damn feelings. You know how long it takes a black woman to send y'all an email? Way too damn long. Because we got to type it, because we're angry. Then we got to go back, and we got to look at it again, because we got to take out some words, because we know your feelings going to get hurt. So then the message is all lost. You don't get what we got. And then you still pissed off by the damn message. Not by the content, but by the tone. That's a lot of damn work that we don't get paid for. Number 2, lack of diversity among the creativity, the creative content. The people who creating the content, you could tell if there was nothing, it was just white people. I can assume that it was just white people. And then I'm going to add one more. And some people may get angry with this. It's either white people or Asians. It's never any black, brown. Also, when you don't have people with disabilities, all those things need to be considered when you're creating content for the wider world. Number 2, lack of psychological safety to share her concerns. She did not feel safe enough to go to the person who manages her roles and responsibilities. And let me tell you about this. I don't use the word boss. That's supremacy. I don't have a freaking boss. You don't have a freaking boss. You have somebody who manages your roles and responsibilities. Because when you say that, then it's based on your job description. And my attitude ain't your damn business. Did I get the task done? Now, I'm not saying people need to be rude, but for so many marginalized people, their livelihoods, their ability to advance, everything has to do if white people's got their feelings hurt. Fuck your feelings. Say it with me. Fuck your feelings. Oh, y'all too scared. See right there. All right. Number 4, Lack of a mutually respectful process for receiving feedback. As a manager, you have to think about, again, power dynamics, right? I'm not your peer when I'm in a managerial role in that space. That's why I don't like people call their organizations a family. That's a fucking lie. Family is the first place we learn to call abuse love. I don't want that at work. I get that at home. And they say I have to do it because we blood related. So I don't want that from strangers that I just happen to be working with because we apply for the same jobs. So there's a lack of mutually respectful feedbacks. If you're giving someone feedback, you need to be mindful of your face. You need to be mindful of your tone. Not because you're a bad person, but because, again, we don't live in binaries and we prioritize the most vulnerable. If you're in a position to impact somebody's livelihood, you are in the power seat, and you need to behave as such. And number 5, lack of psychological safety to raise your concerns with those tasked with managing your roles and responsibilities. I'm telling you, just because people are quiet does not mean that they agree with what you're doing. If you say something, if something's going on and no one raises their hands, that's the first red flag for me. I was a high school. I said something, and one of them little knuckleheads didn't say it. I was like, okay, something's going on. If there was a quiet student in my class who never talked, that's the one I need to know about. So I need to know. I know my brain don't shut off, so I need to know what's going on in your head. So if you're not getting feedback in your organization, that's leadership's responsibility to figure out what's going on. And 9 times out of 10 is because people don't feel safe. People have been burned by telling you the truth because you cannot handle the truth. And one of the last things I said in that about the eye roll, I told her, don't even bring that up because it's subjective. He said, she said, or whatever, I didn't do it, you didn't. That just takes us off. It's a distraction, just like everything else. How things are working is not broken. So I don't care how much you intend to be inclusive, you intend to be diverse, you intend to be welcoming and psychological safety. Every organization that I've worked with is still rooted in white supremacy and anti-blackness. And until we have those honest conversations, the world that we want to have, which is supremacy, coercion, discrimination, and exploitation free, cannot exist. They do not align. So white folks, I need you to get out your feelings and do the damn work. Peace.